This is the second part of how to remove a reprimand from your record, and in particular is for E6 and above. Today you're not going to get to see my pretty face because this is one of those videos that's more about the paperwork and how to process the paperwork than it is anything else. Some of the information we talk about today is coming from the Army Review Board Agency's website. The DASEB falls under the Army Review Board Agency and is found in Arlington, Virginia, near the Pentagon. The board reports directly to the Secretary of the Army, and the appeals are all signed off by the Army Review Board Agency as the Secretary of the Army. AR 27-10 has the procedures for the board. In our previous video, we talked about how the Army regulation for adverse information or unfavorable information governs how to deal with the appeal at the local level. It is also the place that you find the way to deal with an appeal at the DASEB and governs the procedures for that board. The DASEB is limited to the ranks of E6 and above, and also is limited to the types of cases that it will hear. It's generally pretty hard to find a legal assistance attorney that will understand the ins and outs of the DASEB. This is an area that you probably are going to need to hire a civilian counsel. The board's going to be composed of senior military officers. We'll also have a legal advisor that is a court reporter or recorder, and they'll also have paralegals that work with the board and write the decisions and put it together for the board members. The foundation of the packet that you're going to put together for the DASEB is going to be that same packet that we worked on in the first video. It's going to be created professionally, it's going to be organized, you're going to put this all together as a packet, and it's going to show that you're professional. It's also going to show them the fairness of your case. The initial application is just a standard MFR that you fill out. The application is establishing jurisdiction, it's establishing that you're the right rank, it's establishing that you've gone through the process of certifying that you are challenging the record, and it's presenting to the board that you understand the criteria, and it shows them what you are presenting. Even though you wrote a legal brief to the local commander for the GOMAR, this time you're going to write a different kind of brief. And the two ideas behind this brief are fairness and procedure. In other words, is what happened to you fair? And second, were the procedures of your command following the Army regulation? This is where the attorney would write the legal memorandum and really get into the strategic arguments that can win you your case. The use of narratives is a great way to get witness testimony in front of the boards. For you, you can use the narrative as a way to get your testimony in front of the board. For other witnesses, I also like to use the same narrative form because it makes the board feel like they're actually hearing from somebody through a written statement that is directed specifically to them. Addresses do change. Make sure you look at the current website for ARBA to make sure you're using the right address. I don't suspect it's going to change in the next 10 years or so, but just be careful. Make sure you're sending it to the right place. After you file, it's going to take a few weeks for them to process and get back to you with the docket number. Really, the best way to communicate with the board, which can sometimes be difficult, is through email. They generally have a standard email address for the Army Review Agency, which you can reach out to and get updates on your case. Be ready though, they might just give you the standard response every time until they're ready to actually give you the results. Once they're ready to give you the results, they'll do it either by secure email or through a written letter. If you get a positive result, you're still going to want to go to the Board for Correction of Military Records. And if you get a negative result, that's the next level of appeal. You're going to want to file a DD 149 and follow the instructions in my next video. If you could, subscribe to us, contact us, and let us know how we're doing with these videos. Thank you.